I know my heart, my soul, my ideas are definitely American. Um, my language is American, and I definitely fit more into the American culture, especially with my language. What makes somebody like a real citizen or a person who truly belongs to the culture? Again, I think language is a big part of it. If they can really understand the language, know how to communicate in that language, if you can understand especially the humor in that culture, then I think that you've really learned to become a part of that culture. But it's so much more. It's their identity and where they identify themselves as being a citizen of or belonging to. And for example, me, I feel that I'm American, and I think what makes me American is, again, my language, my culture, and how I relate to others, how I respond to others. I think the way I respond and the way I talk, it happens to be very American. But I don't think it's just a piece of paper that says, congratulations, you're a citizen of the U.S. I think it's your soul. I think it's more inside yourself, if you feel that you're belonging to that culture. Yeah, this is actually, it's not an application because I already have the job, so this is like, they're preparing for me to go to Korea, so they have to get an E2 visa for me, and so that's why I'm sending my stuff. Let's see here, I'll show you. So I have to send my transcripts, my MA transcript, official, from Penn State, and then I have my ENC transcript, which is my BA. And then this is my contract, and they have it in English and Korean too, both. And then my certificate of marriage, and this is my old passport, so I gotta, with my maiden name, so that's why I have to have my certificate. And then this is my diploma, ta-da, from ENC, my undergraduate, and then I'll get my graduate diploma in the middle of January. And then these are just some awards and stuff. So I have to send that in today because I need it now. They need it soon. In Korea, it's kind of that expression, 답답하다. And I can't understand. I can't make you understand, and you can't understand me. And so it was very hard when I would go shopping, and people that don't know me, the Korean people, that was the hardest because they didn't know me, and so they would get angry at me for not speaking Korean, or they would just be confused. And of course, minute I opened my mouth, everyone would just stare at me like I had 3 heads, and whoa, you speak English, how? And yeah, and then I didn't tell a lot of people my situation because I didn't want them to feel pity. And then I got a little bit of that, which really didn't make me feel good because I feel like I've been blessed so much. So, but I've definitely had those feelings, and I've had to work with that. And I really think that it's just because God helped me, and God has just given me so much grace. He has given me so much grace.
I guess it started when I was a child. I have an older sister, but she's 15 years older than I am, so I was pretty much raised as an only child. But I just always liked kids, and after we had 2, we just wanted to do more, to have more kids in our lives and to help kids. I don't know, we just kept feeling like we wanted more children, or I did, and it just seemed like God spoke to us about that we needed to have some other kids and to help other kids. And also his brother adopted the girls, the twin girls, and they were so, I mean, I just loved them to pieces. I could have easily taken them. And I spent a lot of time with them. They would come to our house and spend a week, once in a while, come and visit us. And so we just kept thinking about adopting. And finally, when we moved to Eugene, when he was going to school, we met this family while I was taking the kids roller skating one time, and they had 15 children, and we're still adopting. And so they were part of a group that offered pre-adopt classes, and we went to that and became really excited, and so we applied and got Jolie.
I think that we went into the marriage and having children fully aware that there was a strong chance that we would adopt. There was no question ever about whether we would be able to fully accept that child and love them as one of our own. And the confirmation for me came when we had worked through the home study. We had reached the point where we had been approved. Our church pastor had written letters of recommendation, and our friends, and we had been approved for a child. And when the social worker finally opened that folder and said, "I have a child I'd like for you to consider," and she showed us that child, that picture of Jolie, it probably took 10 minutes. Thinking about it, we prayed. We actually called them back again later because we needed to spend time being sure that this was the right child. But I would say that within 10 minutes of having seen that picture, there was a transformation in my own heart, in my own mind, that this was not just a child over there that might fit into our family. There was a change of heart to where suddenly this is my child and she is in a foreign land and I can hardly wait for her to come. It's as if one of my own children had been taken away and put into another country, and I wanted that person, that child, to come home again. There was a bonding that took place that it may be supernatural, it may be a God thing, but it was there, and I became almost a person who was almost constantly thinking about this child in Korea, that I was so anxious for her to come and to be part of our family. It was a remarkable experience.
야, 배고파요. 아이, 뭐 먹겠어요? 뭐 먹겠어요?
순두부찌개.
아, 순두부찌개. 매워요?
매워. 진짜
매워요?
진짜.
내가 떡고기 탕수육 먹었어요. 맛있어요. 네, 맛있어요.
잘했어.
졸리랑은 제가 그 선교단체라고 신앙단체인데 거기서 이렇게 신앙 훈련하는 데가 졸리가 제 와이프가 일했던 장소였었어요. 근데 거기서 신앙단체에서 훈련 받는 기간 동안 제 단체에 아는 제 누나가 그 졸리를 소개시켜줬거든요. 네. 처음에는 식당에서 봤는데 이렇게 식당에 쫙 걸어갔는데 이쁘더라고요. 이뻐서 한번 말을 걸어봤죠. 이제 누구냐고 물어봤더니 누나한테 누구냐고 물어봤더니 자기 선생이래요. 자기 선생인데 대학원 때 자기 영어 가르쳤다고 그러더라고요. 근데 저렇게 젊은데 무슨 어떻게 선생이냐고 그랬더니 뭐 이렇게 외국인 교수로 해갖고 그 영어를 가르치러 왔다고 그러더라고요. 처음에 만나서 좀 일주일에 한 번씩 영어를 배울 수 있겠냐고. 내가 이제 앞으로 외국을 나가려면 영어를 좀 해야 되겠는데 제가 선교사로 나갈 건데 외국을 나가려면은 좀 영어를 필요한데 좀 해줄 수 있냐고 물어봤더니 근데 그때부터 이제 일주일에 한 번 딱 만났는데 이제 그 영어 교재 1과 딱 끝나고 나서부터 이제 데이트가 시작됐죠. 그때부터 이제 공부는 안 하고 제가 차가 있었기 때문에 많이 가고 싶어 하더라고요. 여러 군데를. 그래서 제가 여러 군데 뭐 부산이라든지 한국의 유명한 명소를 많이 데리고 가서 보여줬죠. 그랬더니 그때부터 이렇게 정이 쌓이고 그러다 보니까 이제 여기까지 왔네요. 결혼까지 하게 되고 그랬습니다.
Youngju, stop. You're stupid. Youngju. I'm singing the verse first. You're singing the chorus.
I only know his chorus.
It is well with my soul. It is well.
평안해,
I really loved his heart. He has a good heart, and he would send me Bible verses on my cell phone, and he would put postcards with little written Bible verses, really encouraging Bible verses, in English on my door. He'd stop by and stick it on my door. So it was very romantic. And so yeah, there was definitely a language problem. But I mean, I think there's just male-female differences too on top of that. So it made it a little more interesting, more exciting, more frustrating, more challenging, but overall better, I think. So the heart, when you find someone, your heart just kind of says, okay, I love him.
Well, we have 5 children. Our oldest is John, and he's been married just about 2 years now, or is it 3? I lose track of the years. John and Luann are living here near us in Dilsburg. John met Luann on the internet, and they corresponded for some time. Luann is from the island of Trinidad, and she and her family were living in Canada near Ottawa. Our next oldest is Jennifer. She's married to Joel, and they have 3 children, our only grandchildren at this point, Ashlyn, Turner, and Corbin. Interestingly, Joel and Jennifer moved to Korea shortly after they graduated from college and worked there for 2 years, and in 1997, Ashlyn, our first grandchild, was born in Korea, and so we had that early connection. Jolie is our 3rd child. She and Youngju are married. Youngju is from Korea, and they'll be returning to Korea very shortly. Jason is our youngest son. Jason is in the United States Army, and he recently married Jeanette, a young lady we have not yet met. Jeanette is from the Philippines, and they met in Korea and are expecting their first child the end of February this year. So we will have another grandchild before too long. Our youngest is Jessica. She's living in Camp Hill nearby and has not married at this point, and is in school yet, working in the field of, working at a health spa at the moment, but trying to work toward a degree in criminal justice.
No, I don't know. I just think I was American. I mean, actually growing up, I didn't consider myself Asian. Like, if I looked in the mirror, I just thought I could be brown-haired, blue-eyed girl, until people would ask me, where are you from? Oh, I got that like all the time. Oh, where are you from? You know, and I'd say I'm from Idaho. No, where are you really from? And I know that they're meaning, you know, what's my ethnic heritage, and you know, sometimes I'd tell them, sometimes I'm from Idaho, I'm American, and just leave it at that. So just growing up, I just thought I was typical American, I guess. Of course, because I'm Christian, I think I'm a little bit more conservative than the mainstream American, but I don't know if I'd be considered a typical Asian American. Maybe I was.
한국 진짜 가고 싶어.
진짜 가고 싶어요.
왜 가고 싶어?
왜냐하면 당신은 가고 싶어요.
아니 진짜.
그리고
나 때문에.
예, 당신은 가고 싶어요. 그래서 내가 가고 싶어요. 같이 가야 돼요. 같이 가야 돼요. 결혼했어요. 우리가 결혼했어요. 우리가 이 남편 아내예요. 그래서 같이 가야 돼요. No, I think that's pretty next to impossible. My last name was Lee, and I guess that's kind of like a Johnson or a Cook in America. So, I mean, that last name is really, really popular in South Korea. And I did visit the orphanage where I stayed at, but they just don't have enough records for me, and that's okay. I don't think I need to. So, I won't try to find my biological parents or my family. Oh man, there are a couple of questions that I hate from in Korea that I get a lot in Korea, and also I get it in America too. The first question that I have a hard time with is the question of who are your real parents, and that really bothers me because I feel that just because they're meaning my biological Korean parents, because I feel like I know that they're biological and they are my biological parents, but I don't feel that they're my real parents because they didn't have a hand in raising me for the past 20 some years of my life. So when I say, Keith and Mary, they're my real parents, mom and dad, they always say, no, your real parents, don't you want to find your real parents? And so that bothers me. And the second question that I really struggle with sometimes is, well, why can't you speak Korean? And, I don't want to tell everyone my whole life story saying I'm adopted, to every single clerk and bank and, teacher. So sometimes I'll just say, well, I don't speak Korean, but, I'm learning Korean and that sort of thing. But they always ask me, well, why don't you speak Korean? Because I know they think I have a Korean face, that should be your language. And they don't realize that I haven't had a chance to learn Korean because they think maybe I'm like Korean American and that I've grown up in a Korean household but just kind of rejected my language, which, I didn't do. If I had had a chance growing up, I definitely would have learned Korean. It would have made my life 100 times easier if I had learned Korean. But I didn't. I didn't have that chance growing up in Idaho. There's just nothing to be learned about that culture or about that language. I just couldn't learn it.
갖고 싶어요? 네, 애기.
나중에.
나중에? 언제 갖고 싶어요?
나중에. 그리고 당신? 예.
나 언제 갖고 싶냐고? 물어봐요. 뭐?
몰라요.
대화가 안 돼요.
잘 못해요 지금. 냄새 좋아요. 냄새 좋아요. 배고파요.
나도 배고파.
예. 한국말 조금만 할 수 있어요.
한국말 잘해.
예. 조금만 할 수 있어요.
열심히 한국말 공부. 한국 가서 한국말 열심히 공부하고.
그래요. 한국에서 공부하고.
그래서 내 부모님하고 이야기하고.
이야기 해줘요 부모님이랑 같이. 그래서
혼자 아들.
It went really fast. We had our first interview on April 22nd, and a week later, we went in to see a picture of our child. And they had told us that it'd be a couple of months before any toddlers, which is what we wanted, would be released. But called me back in 10 minutes to say they'd had a new release. So we just picked the oldest child, the oldest girl, and when we went in to see the picture, then I got nervous about it and wondered if we were really doing the right thing, if we had chosen the right child. And so I asked God for a sign, and when I took the little picture home that we had gotten, I looked at it and she had a little sweater on, and I could see something on the pocket. And so I got a magnifying glass and looked, and on her little sweater was strawberries, which was really significant because at that time I decorated with strawberries in my kitchen. I had strawberry wallpaper and strawberry cookie jar and strawberry dishes, and so she became our little strawberry girl. So that confirmed that she was our child, and she's the one that had been given to us.
Well, I know that I definitely look Korean because when I was in Japan, for example, even before I would say anything, the Japanese people would say to me, "Are you Korean?" I mean, they could just tell that I wasn't Japanese. And same within China. I never had anyone come up to me and try to speak to me in Chinese. They just knew somehow that I wasn't Chinese. But when I was in Korea for 3 years, everyone just spoke to me in Korean. They just I don't know what it is, but they just automatically knew that I was Korean. And even here at Penn State with the Korean students, they'll come up to me and they'll just, they say, "Oh, I heard you speak English really well, but you speak Korean, right?" And they don't ask, like, "Do you speak Chinese or do you speak Japanese?" So I guess in that sense, I definitely know that I look Korean, but I don't know where I get my Korean from. I don't know. I think maybe it's borrowed also from marrying a Korean guy, and so again, trying to please him, please his family, I take on the Korean characteristics. But that's another difficult question. I don't know where I get my Koreanness from, except for on the paper it says you're a Korean adoptee, you're from Korea.
To your card,
Okay.
and liberal arts will be lining up down here.
Okay. The liberal arts are lining up over there. Did you want to take a quick picture though outside? So, yeah. Woo. Actually, can I use this as a mirror and make? Can you tilt it just so I can see what I look like? Can you just tilt it over and? Okay. This is so funny. Okay. I think I'm good. I guess that's even. That'll be good enough. Okay, thanks. Okay, I think Youngju's coming.
One eye on, one eye off.
Yeah, fake eyelashes, since Koreans don't have real long eyelashes.
She had to paste them on.
Her sister put them on her. Got married at a Korean church, which is just up the road from our house. And they had gone there. Jolie and Youngju had gone there. So. Jolie, it's been wonderful having you as our daughter, and I know that without a doubt that you were the one intended to be in our family, that God gave you to us when we were just little, and I'm glad that He gave me that assurance that you were to be our daughter, and you have been fun. I still say that God gave you to us to make us laugh, because you are funny and you are just hilarious sometimes. And you have made our life happy and joyful, and you've always been very good to express yourself and to tell us that you love us, and you have always had a grateful heart, and we are very thankful for that. We have been very fortunate to have you in our family, and I think everybody, not just us, but your brothers and sisters, have loved having you in our family. And also your grandparents, when they were alive, dearly loved you. So we just pray blessings on you as you go to Korea. It's a long ways away, but we've been there twice. We can come again. And we just hope that your job will be a good and happy time, that you will enjoy teaching like you always do. Youngju will enjoy going to school and learn lots of things, and that you'll be able to come back to the United States again.
Yeah, if I look in the mirror, sometimes I wonder if I'm looking at my mom, because yeah, she would be, maybe she was this age, and so I think, wow, I wonder if my mom looked like this, my biological mom. And when I was growing up, maybe I wanted to be blonde-haired and blue-eyed, but now there's really nothing that I don't like about myself, other than that I wish I was thinner. And okay, yeah, I wish that my eyes were really bigger, but this is how God made me, and I like looking Korean, and God says that He makes beautiful creations. You know, He doesn't make mistakes. So, other than that, I mean, I think I like how I look. Well, if I saw my biological mom, first I don't want to ask her anything. I just want to just stare at her. I just want to look at her. I want to see what she looks like. I would actually love to be able to watch her from far away and just see how she naturally acts. I don't know, her mannerisms, her smiles, her laugh. Without her even knowing that I was watching, I would just love to see what she was just like before I even tried to talk to her. And then when I did meet her, I would like to ask, wow, the first question I would like to ask her is, how's she doing? And I would like to let her know that I'm doing really good. I wouldn't want her to be sad, or I wouldn't want her to feel guilty, because I think a lot of Korean parents feel a lot of guilt for having to do what they had to do, and I think that she did that for a reason. And I think of the book of Joseph, for example. Something bad happened to Joseph, and it was done by his own family, but when he saw his brothers, he said that at that time you meant it for bad, but God meant it for good. And I don't think that my parents meant it for bad. I think that they didn't have
they didn't have a choice perhaps, but I wouldn't want them to feel guilty. So I would ask them if they were happy, and I would let them know that I was happy because I've had a good life here. And yeah, I guess that's what I would tell them. I don't know if I would really ask them anything except just to make sure that they were okay. And then I would just let them know that I'm okay too.
Mom, Dad, I just want to thank you for adopting me and taking me into your home. And I know how scary it must be to take someone in that you don't know. But I know that God gave you that sign, the little strawberry on my shirt. And I really love you guys. And I went from having no family, nothing, to having everything. My mom, my dad, and then brothers, sisters, and then my other brother and sister, and aunts and uncles. And I just really love you guys, and I want to make you proud because you guys made me proud. So I love you, and I thank you for being the best parents in the entire world. Thank you, parents. I love you. Class, and let me introduce myself. And you know my name, right? What is my name? Good job. Jolie. Let's see if we can spell it. There we go, that's it. Jolie, do you know the actress Angelina Jolie? Yeah? The same spelling. Same name. So, okay, good. Let's start class with prayer.